Crisis actors. You know them. You love them. Well, you may not love them, but you sure as hell get a kick out of watching them and their duping delight on television, being interviewed by the media, and of course, trying to further traumatize and mind control those people who should know a lot better. I'm talking about the sheeple at home that watch corporate media, that still believe in the corporate media. So what exactly is a crisis actor, and why am I going on about it today? Well, I was trying to find a good definition of a crisis actor, so I went online and I searched a couple of sites, and I came across this thing called, what's it called, Jeff? It's called Rational Wiki, where they put your brain in a vice and they squeeze it and keep it from leaving the box. You gotta stay in the box, right? That's why you go to Rational Wiki, because they'll tell you the truth about these events, right? So let's look at their definition of a crisis actor. Crisis actors are professional actors ostensibly deployed by government agencies and or the mainstream media to delude the public with portrayals of trauma and suffering, specifically to act as victims or witnesses in staged shootings or hoax terrorist attacks. Hey, that doesn't sound too bad. Actually, it's pretty good. You mind if I use it, guys? It's okay if I use your... Oh, wait, there's one more sentence here. What does this say? Needless to say, this sort of thing only actually goes on in the minds of denialists and conspiracy theorists. Oh, busted. Busted. Oh, there you go. It's all make-believe, folks. There's no such thing as crisis actors. No. Rational Wiki, they got your brain in a vice here. They figured it out for you, right? There you go. That's where you gotta go, you know. Anything, Sandy Hook? Type it in, Rational Wiki. They'll set you straight. Yeah. So there you go. Rational Wiki. From now till the end of time is a useless site that should have zero credibility till the end of fucking time for putting up a sentence like that. Because if you're so stupid and you actually believe there isn't a sort of thing called crisis actors, well, you know nothing, Jon Snow. All right, you know fucking nothing, because they are in every single stinking event that we get. Every single time we have one of these things happening, we have our crisis actors that show up on the scene, that portray themselves, you know. Yeah, they play different characters in the same event. This lady is not the same lady, but these three are. This is how it works. They use crisis actors. The reason why is because they have to control the narrative, right? So if they carry out something like, oh yes, the Boston bombing, one of the best examples of crisis acting ever. Ever. It is perfect example of crisis acting. You can see how the crisis acting works in a thing like Boston, because you have the fake bomb going off, and then you have to have the people that are portraying the people that are wounded, right? And of course, when it comes to the Boston bombing, you know that if one of your legs is blown off, you get a wheelchair. But if you got a couple scratches, you'll get the stretcher, right? And there's crisis actors here too. You got the Brassards, of course, from the Boston bombing, who need to come on corporate media outlets constantly to reinforce the narrative of the Boston bombing, of it being a real event and that people died and that we need to do something. We gotta do something. Can't have one of these things happening again. So therefore, we will take away your rights. We will come after you. Now, crisis actors can be professionals. They can actually be actual family members. That's for sure. But they are portraying themselves as victims. They're portraying themselves as somebody who has lost a family member, which is a lie. And this is why you see what we call duping delight, where the people that are lying to the camera cannot hold back their joy, their glee at knowing that they are manipulating, at knowing that they're getting away with lying to people. So, you know, then let's take a look at that too, because duping delight here, this is a term that was coined by Dr. Paul Ekman. He says duping delight is the pleasure we get over having someone else in our control and being able to manipulate them. And of course, the psychopath does feel power when he lies, right? So if you're a psychopath, you're a perfect candidate to be a crisis actor, right? But they can't hold it back. So all of this leads up to our latest crisis actor, without a doubt, 100%, case fucking closed. You people, anybody who doubts this shit, this is exactly why my channel's going to be shut down and I'm going to be erased and thrown in some sort of re-education camp. because they're telling us right now. David Cameron came out and said we're never going to tolerate people that are putting up videos that are exposing the fake beheadings. Well, guess what's going to happen to you? We're coming for you. So here is the latest. This is supposed to be the daughter of David Haynes, and she just, of course, cannot hide her delight, her duping delight at, knowing that she's lying and having power over people, manipulating the consciousness of the sheeple. Listen in, and, oh, yeah, can't say you haven't seen this before.
The day would come when I got told, Bethany, the worst happened. He's been killed. And
oh, well.
I always did think that you'd get out. But unfortunately he didn't. But maybe one day he will actually be returned to us. Eradicated. They can't continue this way. They can't be doing this to people and get away with it, no matter what nationality, if they're Western or not.
See, doesn't matter what nationality, they can't be getting away with doing this stuff to us. They can't. Smile, smile, smile. They can't. See, only a crisis actor would have a script to read. Only a crisis actor would immediately know everything that they're supposed to say, because they read from scripts. They're poor actors. These are people that failed out of acting school, that couldn't land gigs, that did Shakespeare productions, but now nobody will hire them because they're narcissistic and they're losers. So you get these people that come on and they can't hide their glee. They can't, because they're not A-list actors. They don't know how to cry on scene. They can't really portray themselves as real victims because they aren't. And that is what we see time and time and time again. It's like a fucking broken record, and it's clockwork. And these fake beheadings are the best example, really, because of all the different family members that have come forth. And anybody who's confused about them, just go watch my work on the Foley siblings. Or, hey, how about the Foley parents there? Sonny, out in the sun, smiling away, and then the wife's talking, and she talks about James, James, who just had his head cut off the day before. It's okay, though. It's only less than 24 hours later. We'll get up on stage and talk to all the media and talk to the world, because we're not upset at all. We're smiling away. And James, the values that James holds dear, and the husband leans forward and says, held dear. Held dear. Oh, yes, that's right. He's dead. Sorry, held dear. You can't make this fucking shit up. These people are such slime. It's just unfucking believable. So this lady's got the script. She's, delivering it with delight, duping delight, and she can't hold back her joy.
Hundreds of Syrians have been killed by them, and they need to be stopped. And if airstrikes and whatever ground force or anything is what it takes, that's what it takes.
Anything at all, they need to be stopped. Whatever crime force, whatever. Could be a local crime force, could be a local police, RCMP, could be the GCHQ, right? Scotland Yard, the FBI, right? Boston, Massachusetts State Police. It could be anybody, because it's no longer just about those jihadi Johnnies. Of course, the jihadi Johnnies. Isn't it funny how one of them was British, and then the next one was American? Right? And the guy is American. He's got a thick American... Well, he wasn't beheading people, but he was shooting people. And he was black and he was American? I wonder why. So all this is being built up to come after anybody that questions anything that is going on. They're trying to rope conspiracy theorists together with the extremists. They're putting all the extremists in the same basket. They're saying that people who have extreme views on the internet are exactly the same as the jihadi John, right? They're exactly the same as al-Baghdadi. You can't make these names up. They're exactly the same as, of course, Osama bin Laden, right? And al-Qaeda. They're exactly the same. We're all the same. So this is what the buildup is. And anybody's confused about that, please watch my video on David Cameron, because it will knock your socks off when you hear how he put the conspiracy theorists who question 9/11 or 7/7 in the same exact basket as the, Muslim extremists.
We should certainly think about it. It's a big thing to think about. Obviously, it's soldiers' lives, and I know just about as well as anyone, I've got people that I care about in the military, but you need to get rid of the people that are doing the worst things they're doing in the world. What if they attacked Britain? What if they attacked any other country? of
What?
course, as part of like the UN and NATO, you have a duty to
Duty.
respond.
A duty.
And it's attack on a British citizen is basically attack on Britain in my eyes.
Yeah, that's it.
So it needs to stop.
It needs to stop. Oh, wonderful, wonderful job, wonderful job. It's okay. Nobody needs to hear about your dad. Right? Have a Snickers.
They've tried to hurt us by taking away someone we've loved, but in a way they failed because
Yeah, they sure
everyone
did.
who knows David will have a part of him. But in a way they failed because everyone who knows David will have a part of him with us.
Yeah, they'll have a part of him with us.
By taking away someone we've
Look at the
loved.
smile.
But in a way they failed because
Right there, right? The smile. Right? They can't hold it in. They could be psychopaths, right? They would be bare minimum sociopaths because they get up on camera and they lie to the world. They can't hold their glee in, right? They can't hold their delight, their duping delight. It's impossible for them to do it. The whole script is there. The whole thing about we have to do it no matter what. We have to go out. We have to get these people. We have to, use whatever means necessary. An attack on a citizen, like a Scottish citizen or a British citizen or a Australian, is an attack on NATO, right? Therefore, all of NATO and the United Nations and everything else needs to be involved, and we need to go to war. That's why they use crisis actors. If they were actual family members now, if say this lady's father actually died, right, and she would be in tears, she would be a basket case probably, having known that her father had been beheaded, especially if she had even seen the beheading, of course, but we know they're all fake. She would just be all over the place, and she would be talking about her father, and as she would be talking about her father, her tears would be welling up, and she would think about memories and how much she missed him. But instead, she is full of delight. She couldn't be happier with what is going on. She is there, and of course the symbolism, they showed the black cubes before and the Saturn and all that. That's what they love to show, right? But why did they focus on it here for a second, right? And people, if you see anything there, let me know. One eye, okay, whatever. But they can't hide their delight. They can't hide what they are doing. And that is what crisis actors are. And they're everywhere today. They're all over the fucking place. I can't. Oh my god, how many of these do I have to break down before people just go and show up with pitchforks and torches and run these people out of town? Because it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting to see these people try to manipulate people. It's even more disgusting to see what poor actors they are and what duping delight they take in lying to people. I think this one is just another one to add to the fucking pile. They are all scumbags, and they're there to mislead everyone. So please leave your comments below and have a wonderful day.